We also have some breaking news for you right now. David Tepper, of course, who runs Appaloosa, sending a scathing letter to the management of Whirlpool this morning, saying that their management team, quote, has destroyed hundreds of millions of dollars of shareholder value. Enough is enough. There can be no more excuses. He, in particular, said that they watched with astonishment, he says, it's a recent issuance of equity, which resulted in what they're calling a large and unnecessary dilution of shareholders. They go on to say, or I should say, goes on to say that issuance was done at a very high cost of capital, seemingly exceeding 10%, with the stated intent to reduce debt. He says this was done even though the company's debt is trading in the capital markets at a tax-adjusted cost of capital below 5%. He goes on. I mean, it's really quite a letter. He says, we believe Whirlpool has not looked to properly take advantage of the tariffs instituted by the Trump administration, either by seeking partnership with or by merging in whole or in part its operations with disadvantaged foreign companies. So he's pushing for them to think about that. And he continues to say that he believes that they need to remember their fiduciary duty and not accept management acting purely in their own self-interest. You can take a look at the stock. Right now, it's about $71. You can, by the way, go back to 21 there, and you're over $220. So you can talk about the value destruction. He first, it appears, got into this stock back in 2012. I don't know what his average price is, but it looks like it must be at least over $100 if you go back to where he was. And I was sort of trying to figure out where he's been, when he's been coming in, looking at some of the filings over the years.
Time horizon.
This is a long time horizon. And he's been in the stock for quite some time, but clearly he's had enough. And as he says, enough is enough. So we will hear.
When you marry a loser.
We will hear, I imagine, whether Whirlpool reacts to this letter, which David Tepper has now sent to the management of Whirlpool.